What's going on, everybody? It's Chris back again from Top Notch Sports with another NBA video. Yesterday, of course, I did my draft reaction video. Please take a look at that. Check that out. This is on the free agency period in the NBA. This is the top 20 free agents ranked according to CBSSports.com. I'm going to give my potential suitors and my potential fits for them. Just a little disclaimer is I don't fully know the cap situation of every single team, respectively, so I don't really know fully, can they afford him? I'm just saying, based on fit, based on those types of things, I know a good amount of teams' cap situations, but that's just a little disclaimer. So number one, obviously, is LeBron James. LeBron James is the best player in the world, best basketball player you could possibly have, obviously, so I think he should probably stay with Miami. I think that's just, he seems like he'd be comfortable there. I think that they're going to put pieces around LeBron. I think that he should just stay in Miami, to be perfectly honest with you. Chris Bosh and Wade, I guess it depends if they leave, but I mean, I think they're going to have pieces there. I think, they've showed, that they have pieces. So I would probably stay with Miami, but other good fits would be Houston, because Houston, Harden and Howard, that's two of the best players maybe at their positions. So that the core is there. They're a good team. And L.A. he should consider, because L.A. If they clear the cap space, you have Chris Paul, who he's friends with, great player. Blake Griffin, elite player. Huge respect, obviously, for the coach there, Rivers. And also, he should consider a reunion with Cleveland. I think that would be great. If he was able to give Cleveland a chance at that, that elusive championship. So I think he should consider there. Chris Bosh of the Miami Heat, I think that he should actually leave. To be perfectly honest with you, I think he should leave, because he's kind of the forgotten player there. Wade and LeBron always go up together for their press conferences, if you notice that. He's kind of the forgotten man, and if he wants the Hall of Fame case, if he wants to make that real case for the Hall of Fame, he can do it if he goes elsewhere for his personal greatness. The rings are there, the personal greatness, the statistics, everything like that needs to be there. It needs to be known as his championship. Raptors, he's the missing link on that team. I think that they probably beat the Brooklyn Nets if Chris Bosh is there. In that Game 7, I think you have another guy like Bosh who's clutch. He's a good big game player. Another guy who can hurt you from the wing, the high post, the low post, plays defense. He's a big game player. In the finals, not necessarily, but, in totality, yes. Consider there. He should consider the Phoenix Suns. They're really one household name away. I think Phoenix Suns you should consider there. They're one star player away from being a very good basketball team. And the Chicago Bulls, because the Chicago Bulls, you put one more guy there that can score, and that's maybe a championship contender again. So. And just him and Noah on the front line, that'd be very formidable, to say the least. So Chicago. Dirk, I think, should stay with the Mavericks. Simple as that. I think he should be a career Maverick. Carmelo Anthony with the Knicks. He should consider the Knicks. They could offer them the most money. So yes, he should very strongly, heavily consider staying there. But other good fits would be the Clippers. Same thing. Clippers and Rockets. Same thing I said about LeBron applies to Carmelo, basically. But I think a great fit for Carmelo, the best fit, and this is a team I'm going to mention over and over in this video, is Chicago. Carmelo Anthony's not really the all-around player that LeBron James is, for example, or the all-around players like Wade in his prime, Kobe in his prime, or just say even a point guard like a Chris Paul, right, that could dominate all the facets of the game. He's not that guy. He's a very good rebounder. He's a very good scorer. Average, he's an average, decent defender. But he's not going to win you the game with his passing and defense like a LeBron James could. You go to a team like the Bulls, which has the team mentality. They play as a team. They play together. They're tough. They got the chemistry. They play defense. All they need is the guy to score points. I think with Carmelo there, they are a very legitimate championship contender. Simple as that. Kyle Lowry of the Toronto Raptors should probably stay there. I think that he just seems to fit there very well. I think they got a nice nucleus. The bone, they got the the bona fide core. So I think he should probably stay there. Elsewhere should be that he should consider Miami because they could use a real point guard, especially if Chalmers leaves. So yes, he should consider there. He should also consider going out west to Dallas. A true point guard there would make them so much better. That would make Dirk's life easier. Ellis plays with the ball, but that could make Ellis's life easier. And that's just a third guy. Usually you need three guys, three main heads in the NBA. So he'd make them so much better as a point guard there. And a reunion with the Rockets, I think, would actually work if they could have the cap space for him. If they could get rid of Lin, I think, wow, that's a great fit for Lowry if he was to reunite with his old team. Because just imagine as that one more guy, which I think is Parsons. And Parsons, in my opinion, is good enough. And you're going to see he's on my list as well, on this list. But as a more true point guard who can play with the ball and make the other guys better and also score, get his, good fit. Eric Bledsoe, the two teams I just mentioned, Houston and Dallas, strong considerations. He should consider there. He should very strongly consider Toronto if the point guards do leave there. He should strongly consider going there and replacing Lowry. But I think he should stay with the Suns. I think the Suns, his situation is very similar to Lowry. I think he should stay with Phoenix. I think he found a nice home there, and they're very close to being something special. They just got to add some, they're maybe an all-star player away from being a consistent playoff team and on the rise. That's a good situation. They're young too. They had draft picks as well. Greg Monroe, the Pistons, I think should leave the Pistons. That seems like a mess, quite frankly, with the whole experiment with the three big men up front didn't work. Places he should consider. He should consider the Bulls. Like I said, they need a scorer, and just imagine him and Noah on the front line. That's dominant. That seems like dominance to me. He should consider the Wizards if Gortat leaves because he could play the role that Gortat played there. He should strongly consider the Heat. They could use another big, whether Bosh leaves or not, he should really strongly consider going to Miami as the big that they need, whether Bosh leaves or not. And the Raptors, they're, I think, a player away from being, taking the next step as a basketball team. They're only going to improve with the young talent they have, and him and Valanciunas would be a physical, strong front line. So I think that would work great. And Phoenix, as a big man there, as a guy who can run the floor, an athletic big, young big, I think he'd fit there. And like I said, they're one all-star away. So as a post presence there, great fit. Lance Stevenson, a shooting guard, he should consider staying with the Pacers, but other places he should consider are the Grizzlies. I think the Grizzlies are a perimeter playmaker away from being perhaps an elite team. They really, that's all they need there, honestly. But I think ideally, Chicago, like I said, they are a perimeter playmakers. They're so close. And I think that the Bulls would love him. I think Noah and Tibbs would love him. They would love Lance Stevenson, the intensity he plays with. And just imagine him and Butler on the wing playing defense. The intensity, that he just seems like a Chicago Bull in that aspect of it. And he's tough. He seems like a Bull. Plus he can score, which they need the guy to score and facilitate the offense. You can't really rely on Rose as much as they used to. And he should consider Phoenix. Actually, no, never mind, not Phoenix, because if Bledsoe leaves, yes, to pair with Dragic. Chandler Parsons of the Rockets should probably stay there. I think he fits well there, but I think he should consider Memphis as a scoring version of Tayshaun Prince. I think he should strongly consider and probably stay with the Rockets. I think they could offer him, good money. I'm not 100% sure. Check me on that. He should probably stay there. Go to Washington if Dang leaves. He should highly consider the Hawks and the Bobcats, as should, I forgot to mention this, Stevenson should consider Hawks and Bobcats. They need a perimeter shot maker and playmaker there. He should consider them, but I think he should probably stay with Houston. And the Pacers could also use Parsons if Stevenson leaves. Miami Heat, Dwayne Wade, I think he should stay. Same thing I said about Dirk. Luol Deng of the Cavaliers, still a very good player. He's a versatile defender. He can score the basketball. I think he should probably, ideally, if I'm Luol Deng, I'm going to Memphis. They seem like the Western version of the Chicago Bulls. As a better version of Tayshaun, I would go there. And Clippers are everything I said about Stevenson would probably be a good fit for him. Phoenix Suns as the 3 there who can help him play defense, provide the veteran presence on a predominantly young team. And the Clippers would be a good fit. I think the only missing link they have is a 3 that can defend, that can shoot the ball, that can score. Matt Barnes can start, but bring Matt Barnes off the bench and having Deng start in that role, ideal. But if I'm Luol Deng, I'm going over to Memphis. Memphis is not far off, guys. They don't get a lot of notoriety, but they can play. Hayward, verbatim a Deng. Same exact thing as I said as Deng. And also the Celtics, due to the fact that his Butler coach played there, he could help rebuild the Celtics. Gortat, I think he should stay put. I think he found a nice home with Washington. But, hey, you know what? Not a bad idea at all if you were to go with Chicago and pair it with Noah on the front line. Not a bad idea to do that at all. If you were to do that, not a bad idea. Actually, this might be almost as good of a fit, because Washington's not far off, would be to go to Dallas. I think Dallas, wow, he could really make that team a lot better as the starting 5 that could rebound, that could dominate the low post. Even though, oh yeah, Chandler's there. Right, I forgot Chandler just went there, but so I don't know about that now. But he should probably stay with Washington, if not consider going to Chicago. Wizards, Gortat, no. Trevor Ariza should consider a reunion if Parsons leaves with the Rockets. He could really help that basketball team out as a 3-and-D player. And then everything I said about Parsons and Hayward, all those teams he should really consider strongly. Ideally, Ariza, depends. It's kind of a domino. If Parsons leaves, if I'm him, I'm going over to Houston. He could really help Houston. And the Lakers, not the Lakers, the Clippers, he could really help. Gasol, forward/center of the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm leaving if I'm him. He's been through so many trade rumors, and I think that it's got to mess with your psyche. So I think he should probably head to Washington if Gortat leaves. He should think about the Bulls like Monroe. He should think about Phoenix, because Phoenix is a veteran player who can create their own shot and play on the low post, particularly there. That could fortify that team. He should consider there. Ideally, if the Knicks, if they have the money for him, would fit well because of his relationship with Phil Jackson, the Triangle, and Derek Fisher. He should consider there. Ideally, if I'm him, I'm thinking first that he should go to the Bulls. Him and Noah, I mean, just passing, rebounding, defense, that's such a great combination. So he should really strongly consider there. Sacramento Kings, we got Isaiah Thomas. Interesting. Kings wouldn't be bad. They're trying to build something there, and Nick Stauskas, and maybe that's a nice young backcourt. But I think Dallas would be ideal for him as a true point guard. I think that could really be a great fit for him. Houston Rockets, I think, would be a good fit if they, like I said, if they could get rid of him. Lynn as a true point guard. I also think that Toronto, if Lowry leaves, he could be the point guard there of that young core. So he should strongly consider that as well. But if I'm him, I'm going to Dallas. Sean Livingston, he was the backup point guard, at times starting point guard and/or shooting guard because of his length. He's 6'7", so he should consider there. But he should really go where he hasn't made a lot of money as a pro, so he should probably just go where the money goes, man. Go where the money is. But he should consider staying with the Brooklyn Nets. He should also consider going to Miami, being their starting point guard there. They could use a true point guard to facilitate the offense better than Chalmers did. Chalmers is more of a shooting guard in a point guard's body. He's more of a spot-up player who could take you to the basket, but he's more of an off-the-ball type of player. And like I said, Dallas is a nice destination for him too. Dallas, as a point guard there who can, he's a good all-around point guard, player there. He can make that team better. So he should consider there as well. Brooklyn Nets, you got Paul Pierce. I think he should stay with the Brooklyn Nets. I think that he really made a nice identity for the Nets as the leader of that team along with his buddy Kevin Garnett. He should really probably stay there, but Dallas is a nice fit as the small forward and shot creator they could really use there. They took the Spurs to 7. Dallas is not far off at all. Dallas, they could really actually be very good. next season. So as a shot creator, as another veteran presence along with Dirk, that would be great. And also the Clippers, their only soft spot, and it's really not a soft spot, but the one thing that they could ameliorate is that small forward position. As a shot creator there, another veteran presence, reuniting with this coach Doc Rivers. I like that. I like that a lot. I think that would fit well. Vince Carter, a guard, sometimes small forward, should probably stay with Dallas. I think that would fit best. Other teams he should consider would be, in my opinion, reuniting with Jason Kidd, his good friend, in Brooklyn with the Nets. He should consider that. He should also consider staying with Dallas. No, I think that would probably be about it. Those are probably the two places he should probably go. I think he should probably stay with Dallas, though. I think he found a nice home there. Boris Diaw, San Antonio Spurs. Now, there's definitely teams that could use him, but if I'm him, I'm staying with the Spurs. I don't know how much money some other team could offer him, but I think he should probably stay put with San Antonio. I think he's a great fit there. The way he could facilitate, the way he could create his own shot, drive to the hoop on occasion, post up a little bit, shoot a little bit. I think he found a nice home there. He should try to help them repeat. So those are my potential suitors and my possible destinations. Guys, please give me feedback in the comment section. Follow me on Twitter. And I thank you for watching as always, and I'll see you guys soon.